Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Make Fit Happen, brought to you by Citrazone Refreshment, Guri Guri Orange Paradise, and Decathlon Philippines, as we deliver you health and wellness at the comforts of your home. We will be with you from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. this afternoon and every Fridays to help you live and choose healthy. Please follow us on YouTube and Facebook and Spotify, and join our Facebook group. That's hashtag MakeFitHappen for your daily dose of healthy topics. I am Don Sunita, your program host for this afternoon, and please allow me to welcome my passionate co-host, yoga and Muay Thai coach, Mr. Jervin Quazon. Hi, Jervin. Good afternoon.
Hi, Don. Good afternoon sa'yo. Kamusta?
Okay naman. How was your Holy Week?
Yeah, masaya din naman, though I wasn't able to visit my family because of the quarantine. So, we did video calls naman eh. So, kahit paano, malungkot pero kaya naman.
Oo nga, totoo yun, no? We are still at the ECQ. So, 2 weeks na tayo extended sa ECQ, guys. So, and then, of course, we have to do our part. Tayong lahat, observe safety protocols, stay at home as much as you can. Or if you need to go out, if that can't be avoided, please wear your face shields, your face masks, social distancing. What else? What else can you advise the people, Jervin?
Yeah, kindly please stay safe and work out na lang din at home. Avoid mo natin mag-jogging or maglakad-lakad kasi sobrang delikado na talaga. Kasi if you're gonna be working out, please work out na lang sa garage nyo or sa bahay. Please kasi
I have to agree.
cases natin ngayon. And maraming maligayang araw ng kagitingan pala sa lahat.
Ay, oo nga, tama. Today is araw ng kagitingan, and of course, syempre, we want to acknowledge our frontliners who are, putting their lives on the line to protect us. So sa ating mga doctors, nurses, medical technologists, hospital staff, security personnel, to our police officers, army, we want to thank you for, for protecting us, for helping us get through this situation. And of course, syempre sa part natin, as we mentioned, we really have to do our own little ways. I also like the fact that you mentioned, Jervin, staying healthy at this point in time. Mahalaga din yun sa atin that we eat healthy, okay? And keep our bodies physically active kahit nasa bahay lang tayo. So gusto ko yung sabi mo na kahit sa bahay lang tayo. So siguro, Jervin, what we can do in the next weeks, we actually did one session dati na nag-online tayo na exercise. Maybe we can do that again. Para yung mga tao na hindi makalabas pa because, protecting ourselves means protecting our families. At least we can still keep fit and healthy even at our homes. Hindi ba, Jervin?
To do another episode of that, so I'll be providing some mobility workouts then and some yoga-related yoga-related workouts for us to ease our back pains, especially sa mga nag-work from home dyan from 1 p.m. hanggang gabi. So I'll be providing more workouts sa inyo guys.
Oo, totoo yun. Being stuck at home doesn't mean that we have to sacrifice our health, our physical activity. So we can still do it. No? And of course, syempre, since we're talking about physical health, hindi natin pwedeng skip ang mental health. So last week, 2 weeks ago, kasi nag-break tayo ng 1 week during the Holy Week, no? So we had on the program the inspiring Kimi Lou. Okay, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw that episode. We had a great discussion with Kimi Lou. She taught us things we can do, mga small hacks, okay, sa mga buhay natin, how we can keep sane. No? At this point in time, na things are rather challenging, di ba? So sabi nga ni Kimi, we should live our life, our best life with optimism, compassion, and gratitude. Ikaw ba? In terms of mental, keeping our sanity intact, ano ba ang small advice mo, Jervin?
I wasn't able to join the conversation, pero nung pinanood ko yung video, napaka-chill niya kausap, napakasaya. Siguro napakasaya niya kasama yung person.
Oo, totoo na. Sabi ko nga kay Kimi, grabe Kimi, pagkausap kita, parang nare-relax din ako. Diba? People have that effect. Diba? Okay. And of course, syempre, this week, we have yet another inspiring woman, Jervin. Now, we are actually capping off our Women's Month celebration. Nag-extend tayo because there are just a lot of awesome Filipina. No? And if siguro we should do this like regularly na din kahit hindi Women's Month to feature really like women movers and shakers in the health and wellness industry, no? Kasi nga naman, we can all contribute, especially yung women natin. So this afternoon, we are very lucky to have on the program, okay? She conquered the world stage, Jervin, in 2003 as the Philippine representative to the Miss World. Okay, and she placed in the top 5, hindi ba? So definitely Pinoy pride din talaga. She's also a model, an entrepreneur, a homemaker, a loving wife, and of course she is also a life coach. Kaya naman we are very happy to have on the program the very lovely, the very beautiful, and also equally inspiring Miss Mafae Yunon-Belasco.
Hello guys! Hello, magandang hapon po sa inyong dalawa, Don and Jervin. And of course, to all your viewers, hi guys!
So how's your Holy Week, Mafae?
It was filled with family bonding, of course. Alam niyo naman, here in the Philippines, we have to follow the rules and stay home, not unless you really need to go out for grocery or medicine. It's highly advised that we stay home. So for me, I just spend a lot of time with my children, my husband. Of course, work is 24 hours, but I built a business where I have fun at the same time. But I really made sure that we had, time with God. Even though we cannot go to the church because, I'm Catholic, I made sure that my children and I and my husband, we had, rosary and also listened to mass online. So that was our very quiet, but also, priceless Holy Week. We always have to just be grateful and thankful for what we have around us. And I think, like your topic for your program is that health is very important right now. So we really need to make sure that we prioritize.
Totoo, at least we all had a solemn, quiet Holy Week, and I mean,
Yeah.
we think that's one way to look at the ECQ. Di ba? So, of course, Mafe, let's greet your husband, the basketball legend. He's watching right now.
Yes, forever supportive. Actually, that's my son. They have the same similar name. Nico
Okay,
Velasco.
okay.
Hello, Nico. Love
Junior, si
you.
Junior pala, si Junior. Okay, so that being said, I'm pretty sure, kasi we are entering pageant season. Okay, so marami din tayong pretty sure excited not to hear about you more kasi I understand you're also very active. So, yeah, Mafe, I understand in 2003 you represented the Philippines sa Miss World. So,
Yeah.
what was how did that happen? How did that happen?
Okay, so it's quite a story, okay? But just to make sure that I have enough time to also answer your questions, it started off not even being part of my bucket list, to be honest. I was there when my aunt, Desiree Vertedero, left for the Philippines, also represented the country for Miss Universe in 1984 in Florida, where she was titled third runner-up, I believe, and also did the country proud. So when I witnessed that, I was probably 2 years old, 3 years old, 84. And just knowing that I had such an inspiring aunt who I looked up to, but never really said to myself, I want to be like her. I want to follow her footsteps. My parents sacrificed, of course, stepping out of their comfort zone, and we moved to Sydney, Australia when I was 6 years old. There, I was introduced to sports. I was an athlete. I loved, just being a competitor. My first love is tennis, actually. I played for almost 17 years, and it was my first love. That's why if you really look back to my childhood, never was I wearing a dress, wearing heels, wearing makeup. As in Dawn, I was very morena, as in negra na. I didn't care. I was always under the sun. I even had yung tan sa
Right.
socks. And I didn't care about it, and maybe perhaps during my childhood, it became somewhat of a pride to me because that's where I was able to really learn my values, really learn my building my core. So to answer your question, how the pageantry was introduced to me, well, I just happened to be wearing a little bit dressed up on my uncle's 50th birthday. And sometimes, people are just like, how did you come from the athlete to, wearing dresses? So, eto na yung connecting the dots. It just happened to be this, in this party where we, celebrated my uncle's 50th birthday. My dad and my uncle are very active in the Filipino community in Sydney, Australia. And so they are a part of association called Agumang Kapampangan, who I am forever grateful for because they were the ones that found me, found me, and saw potential in me in joining a pageant. Every year in Australia, there is this event called the Filipino Fiesta where all the Filipinos around Australia unite, and it's a one-day event where there's fiesta talaga, like here in the Philippines, diba? When the province has a fiesta, it's like masaya, it's a celebration. It's where the older generation introduces to the Filipino Australians how Filipinos are, the culture. There's different stages that people perform, and then there's the food, different booths, parang yung mga tiangge, and also where they really share the delicacy of the different provinces, the different cuisines of what we're proud of, di ba? Hindi lang chicken adobo. It's like the really authentic from the province, and
Lalo
that's
Kapampangan pa.
yeah. So
Kaya food
so
talaga,
my
food.
exactly. Well, that's why if you see me, my young photos, I've always had like chubby cheeks because dad and my mom also really cooks well, and there's always like a fiesta on our table. So I have to thank my parents for always instilling the Filipino culture and values with me and my brothers. But leading back, so during that year 1988, oh no, 1998, that's when they handpicked me because they didn't have a girl that they were representing, my dad's association. And so every year they win Miss Charity Queen. So there's two titles, Miss Philippines Australia and Miss Charity Queen. And they're very hard workers to really give back to the Philippines. So they really try to raise funds. They have business owners that they request sponsorship, and so their girl always will win that crown. So both crowns are able to go to the Philippines and donate the funds to the Hospicio de San Jose orphanages, and also the main one was Home for the Angels. It was at the time Mayor Lito Atienza's wife. That was her advocacy, her passion project. So leading up to when they finally chose me, and then I was like, oh my goodness, I know tennis, and being on the stage, my dad also a very strict Filipino dad would never allow me to wear a skirt short or above my knees. And for him to say yes, for me to wear a swimsuit on stage was huge for him. So ako, since my dad said yes, because he had no choice, because alam mo naman mga titas, when they want something, they'll always overpower mga titos. So when my parents said, are you sure, would you like to do this? We're not going to force you. You're going to be on stage, you're going to perform, but you're also going to help a lot of people if you do that. And I don't know, maybe when I was still young, just seeing my parents sacrifice, seeing them also still giving back to my family in the Philippines, I saw that growing up. So I said, if I can do this and be able to give back, sige, let me try. So I did that, and sure enough, I had fun. And I guess all my playing tennis, the discipline, the taking care of my body, and just understanding structure, and listening to a coach or someone mentoring us how to do dance moves. I was just a go-getter, like I was just willing to try anything. So I did that, and having that experience, I was like, wow, I met so many amazing girls, so many amazing people who were business owners. In Australia, we really truly meet the politicians there. They're really they're the ones knocking at the doors whenever it's election, like mayors. So it was nice to be able to wear a sash and a crown and just have a conversation with them, and for them to like listen. So when I came to the Philippines to donate the funds, Mayor Lito Atienza and of course his team really took care of us, and I got to experience how it is to be an influencer, an ambassador to our fellow Filipinos. I even had a motorcade in Manila. I tried the Philippine movie festival that they have, Manila Film Fest.
Yeah,
So I
right.
was there. I thought, grabe, like this sash and crown is really powerful. Not everybody can is chosen to wear that. And I was like, if I can do this like this,
Right.
I started really reflecting, like, wow, my aunt really paved the way. And so I seeked, advice from her, like, what do you think? Could I join Binibini? And she's like, yes, Faye, you should do it, and all this stuff. And so I was really eager to join, having, again, going back to being able to give back, being able to see, the opportunities to speak to people who are decision makers, to collaborate, to be able to birth programs that can help people's mindset or even their health, nutrition, just by doing this. But it's really not just this. It's a lot of
Creating impact, parang ganun.
you're at service na. You're not just a beauty queen. You're at service to the people. So how are you going to use that platform? Diba? So again, it led to me wanting to already join Miriam Cambao's year, and I guess the Lord had different plans for me because amazing, she did amazing that year. The agreement with my parents were you finish your education first because I was still in college. I had like 1 more year or 2 years left. They're like, that is your fallback. That is your plan A. You want to join a pageant, but education is always first. Because not every time you're going to win, right? Exactly. Same factor when I played tennis. Not every game I won. And so I understood that logic. So I'm like, okay, sige, deal, right? I even had like a rough contract with my mom. I'll finish school. I will go to the Philippines and represent the country, and then I will like something else. There was another opportunity there, but we signed a contract, and gives me goosebumps, because I showed that to my daughter. I was like, wow, things that you manifest into universe, especially when it's positivity, it becomes real because you make it real, right? You think about it, you take action. Yeah, so long story short, I finally made the move after I graduated. I put my plan in place, although, mind you guys, it was tough. Being in Australia, of course, I had the comfort already, the comfort of everything. I actually was working I started working at the age of 12, doing like part-time casual jobs. And then I was able to find with my background hospitality industry, which is I believe HRM here. I was a bartender, I worked as a waiter, housekeeper, so I know what hard work means. So when I came to the Philippines, it wasn't, of course it was still a culture shock, but at the same time I knew that nothing was going to be handed to me easy. I had to work hard for it. And so I came to the Philippines 6 months before the actual audition because of the residency. And so during the 6 months, huge challenge. There was no really Facebook back then. There was no Viber, WhatsApp. So I spent a lot of my savings on calling overseas, crying to my mom. Ano ba to? Are you sure I'm here? Sabi niya, nandiyan ka na. So try mo na lang. Konting tiis na lang. Sabi ko, okay, fine. And so I made it through. The whole audition was also a roller coaster ride. Thank the Lord, I made it as official candidate, but I did have a bit of a roadblock because when I met with the lawyer, now they do it differently. You meet with the lawyer first, and then you audition. So I met with the lawyer. He saw my passport. Okay, you've been here 6 months. So I said, yes, sir, I've been here. I followed the criteria. Sabi niya, okay, sige But 1 year kailangan nandito ka, hindi 6 months. So you're disqualified. Ano?
Okay.
What?
6 months.
Yeah, grabe. So for 1 week, I cried. I told my mom, wow, 6 months ako dito, tapos disqualified lang. So, I have to thank a lot of my mentors back then. My aunt, Desiree included, Mama Rene Salud, really tried to build my well-being because it was just such a, you're on this high and then all of a sudden it's like someone busts your bubble. It's like, and then luckily enough, during my year, it was the 40th year anniversary. And so there was a lot of Phil foreign girls who joined that year that was also disqualified. And Mrs. Araneta back then really wanted it to be a wow show, and I think we were the most candidates for Binibini to have. So she spoke to the lawyers and said, let's be more strict next year and allow these girls to join. And so when I finally got the phone call, all cried out na ako. Parang, they said to me, hi, Mafae, you can be in again. Can you come back to, the Araneta Coliseum because we have these events? Alam mo, yung response ko lang, thank you po, okay. Wala na like, because to me, it's like, okay, Lord, you put me in all these challenges. There must be a big goal to this, right? I will just pursue, and if it's not for me, it's not for me. My mom said to me, actually, the biggest thing she said to me that Just try it out. You can always come back. You can always come back
Mhm.
to us. You can always come back to opportunities. That's what kind of made me stronger, you know.
Right.
But looking back, I don't know if any other girl can go through what I went through. And I
Oh,
truly believe the reason why I went through that is the reason why I'm in front of you today. Just to
parang
share my story.
correct. I'm listening to you. Hindi nga pala talaga siya biro, no? I mean, you would think na parang basta kasi looking at you now, obviously you're very beautiful, 'di ba? You speak well. You would think na dadating yung babae doon, eh maganda, ano siya, magra-ramp or ganyan. And then okay, pasok ka na. But it really pala isn't
Mm,
that easy, especially for someone like you who,
no.
who's not locally ano talaga groomed here in
Mm.
the Philippines, no?
But
Talagang
that's the
marami
thing.
rin yung challenge.
Oh, it's very challenging. I mean, it's a line. I mean, yes, I went through the beauty queen route. I'm also human. I also go through, the lows. I also go through when people criticize, and we're on a spotlight even more. I mean, I was just having a
Mhm.
conversation earlier with another friend that, you feel as like you're doing good things, but there's always someone always saying, "Oh, how come you didn't make up? You're a beauty queen. You should be prepared," and this and that. And to me, I'm like, but tapos na po ako eh. Like, I'm paving the way for others. And we have to be really mindful of our words because at the end of the day, you just don't know what other people are going through, especially now.
Mhm.
You really have to be sensitive of how to you greet people. And that's another topic we were talking about kanina is, of course, our Philippine culture. Diba? We're talking about health.
Right.
And the mindset is very important to everyone because it can be triggered. As a
Right.
simple how are you? Diba, Don, Jervin, I'm sure you've experienced this. It's never, hi, kamusta ka na? Oh, tumaba ka. Oh my God.
Typical Pinoy.
I missed you too. You know what I mean? So imagine beauty queens. We get that all the
Uh-huh.
time.
The
Now I'm a
pressure.
mom.
Uh-huh.
It's a pressure. Pressure is on. Yes, tataba kami kasi we will get big because nabuntis kami. Not every beauty queen wants to be forever size 21. You know what I mean? Ang hirap din maging size 21. So it's like, for me talaga, when it comes to mentoring the youth or the girls, I would always share with them. And it's something other people that always tell me, if you love yourself, if you're content, if the way you look, the way you feel, don't let others diminish that feeling because they have
Mhm.
no right. They have no right to do that, especially when you're happy with yourself, you know?
Well, what I also like about that, kasi like you going into the pageant, Jervin, no?
Yeah.
You mentioned something about purpose. Kasi kumbaga you grew up you grew up in an environment na it's really like your parents, your grandparents giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Was that also one of the reasons why even after your reign? Kasi normally, di ba, like
Mhm.
after the reign, kasi um, some of them they go other careers, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. But you chose to go towards something that still aims to help people. Can you tell us more about um, how you got into the life coaching? Kasi listening to you now, parang you have so much wisdom that you with people that a lot of people can benefit from. How did that happen for you?
It's life experience. I mean, I'm turning 40 this year. I've got 40 years of a roller coaster ride, and it's just continuing. I mean, I feel as though now is the most happiest I've ever been.
Mhm.
And just to even let down the walls, just to be honest, what I have a photo. I've just recently been very honest with my children. I told them, me wearing that red dress with the sash, I was actually not truly happy at that stage of my life. Because I
Right.
made so many sacrifices being away from my family. We didn't have our first crown for Miss World yet, so pressure was on me. But I had to be strong, right? I had to make sure that I was okay first. But to be honest, I was not okay at that point, and that was supposed to be the happiest moment of my life. Now I can say I'm happy because I am with my soulmate. I have parents who are very supportive, even my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, and my children are just so amazing. They continue to inspire me, so that makes my heart full, and I'm able to give back more. Having mentors like Kimmy. I've known her for almost 8 years now. So imagine the
Oh,
past 8 years, she has been instilling in me. And like kanina, you were sharing, di ba, ang soothing ng boses niya and the way she expresses. So those are the tools I'm learning from her. And
mhm.
I love it because there's so many people out in the world that cannot have the strength, that cannot have the ongoing me time. So that's where I truly believe I was used as a vessel. I was used to be, God's manager so that his empire can be okay, and his managers on earth can take care of everybody else so that they can become managers also. So it's a domino effect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, far from perfect, but I know where I seek help from. I also know where, for me, it's like, okay, guys, give me time out. As a mom, also, I'm a mom of six. And people always ask me, how do you do it? I seek help. I'm honest when I'm like, "Teka lang, can you help me with this? Can you carry the baby with just 4 or 5 seconds? I just need to breathe, you know? And again, like I said, it's a constant training. It's a constant
Right.
of seeking mentorship, seeking yung mga yung mga tao that will fill you up, that will elevate you too.
Right.
Kasi di ba there's that saying, I'll tell you who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are, right? But for
Mhm.
me,
Right.
I do have that balance. I do have a lot of people, including my well-being facilitators, also the sacred space holders, that I seek support in. I can really put my guard down there, and then
Mhm.
once they fill me up, dito naman ako. So where I fill them up, it just goes back in the
Right.
circle. So
Oo. Parang it's a cycle of you being
yeah,
helped and you helping people out. So kumbaga the shift from being a beauty queen to going to life coaching wasn't
yes,
it was not so hard for you because you had people around you who really helped you mold
yes.
yourself to help other people.
Like I said, it's a
Mhm,
domino
mhm.
effect.
So
So
I
when
think Jervin has a question.
yes, sige, sige, sige.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
How did
Okay, I was just going to mirror what you said. For me, being the rookie, right? Being the youth, I had older mentors or even like my own friends. But of course, it's up to me to choose which one I will absorb, right? Or which one, okay, maybe that will not work for me. So now it's me passing it back. So ever since I was crowned, it was always my give back that every girl that will join a pageant, especially international, I'll give them my experience. I'll give them the what to do, what to look
Right.
out for, because it's experience is really the lesson of life.
very interesting because I was
Mhm.
also want to be a life coach someday, pero ngayon parang ang layo ko dahil ako ang hirap juggle yung mga everyday work-life balance, and especially with the daughter din. So, really wanted to be, yun nga, yung session as you guys. Pero, how can I start ba? Like, how can I start balancing yung mga everyday life struggles? What's
Right.
the best way to start?
Mm-mm. Well, it's very timely you asked me that because I just read a chapter of a book I'm reading about habits, and
Mhm.
the title is accountability. Even your to-do list. When you know somebody's watching you, how will you act? You want to have that integrity, right? So you want to make
Right.
sure that whatever you're doing, like me here in front of the camera, what you see is what you get. My kids can attest to that because everything I'm sharing with you, I share with them like on a daily basis. And so for you, I know as a new parent, the first 3 months, yes, it's a challenge. But then again, what is your priority? What is your to-do list? If you want to change your to-do list in the things I want to do today, or the things that I will do more today. Like, for example, instead of I will, work from this time to this time, I will change it up. I will kiss my baby 100 times today. I
Mm-hmm.
will. And the funny thing, I was just sharing this with my other friends. The to-do list of that the what I was reading, it was saying I will kiss my wife um, more than I did yesterday today. And then the
Mm-hmm.
next, the next to-do list is I will not kiss anyone else apart from my
Ah,
wife. It's like you have to look at life as a, you know, with a humor, because when
right.
we're too strict with, okay, from 2 to 3, I have to be on this or whatever.
Mhm.
Like with this should be your me time.
Right.
This is your me time. This is when you fill your cup. This is when you learn from others. This is when you impart what your knowledge is on how you share your expertise, what you love. When it comes to family life, yes, sometimes we do not have a schedule there, but we just have to allow it. Children are only in our lives, especially as a parent, for a certain number of days. I also learned this another one. There was this pastor that showed a jar of marbles.
Right.
From the time that her daughter or her son was born, he will take a marble out each day, and it
Mm.
resembles the days that your child is actually in your home before they go to college or when they step out the home. If you think things like that, you'll just hug your children for like a long time. And that's what I did. Like, that's what I do. And that's why I created, like, my company where I can be at home. My kids are
Mhm.
homeschooled also. So imagine, I'm just so used to them being there. And I have two college students already. And one is like,
Oh.
yeah, well, both of them are like 1 foot out the door. And I'm just like, no. But I know you have to let go, like me, like us. We left our homes from our parents, and I'm sure it hurt them, but
Right.
they understood that we have to live our lives. So I guess what I'm trying to bring back here is, as a new parent, I know it's difficult, but cherish it. I'm telling you, these kids grow up so fast that you're going to look back at photos like, I wish you were that newborn again, you know? So I know that helps you balancing, but to me, it's more of the mindset of prioritizing. Yes, we need our me time, but at the end of the day, the people who are around us on the day to day, especially now, is the important ones. If their arms reach, sila yung priority. Everybody
Mhm.
can wait, everybody can wait. Even though I know with me, I have so many communities that I work with, so many people that I love to help. But when you give that boundary for yourself and for others, they respect it too. So it's about
Mhm.
respecting yourself, making yourself accountable, right? Because you're yourself's partner. And then whoever else is your soulmate or your best friend, or even here with Dawn, with your platform, you guys can, give each other that, hey Dawn, I can't make it today because my daughter needs me.
All right.
I'm sure you guys will both understand. And I do
Oo.
see my accountability partners tuned in. I love you all. I
Well,
see you guys.
shout out to Yona. It's
Yeah, that's my
also
BFF. I
watching.
love her.
Ito yung
Oh, we had her like
yung
two
part
days
of our
ago.
lives kasi nga lately sobrang 'di ba pandemic, sobrang pressure yung mga tao on doing well kahit big side sobrang hirap na for them to handle
Mm-mm.
things. So gusto ko yung part na sinabi mo na humor naman sa buhay niya. Kasi grabe yung
Yeah.
pressure lately sa work, sa relationship,
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, that's true. No, good thing that Jervin brought that up, because like times right now are especially challenging for people.
Yes.
Like juggling between work and the stress of keeping your job, or maybe some people losing their job. Like,
Yeah.
how is your role as life coach? How do you help people out? Like, what is your program doing for people? See
Right.
who are the people who come to you? How do you usually help them with issues like this? Kasi it's a reality now. Kung dati
Yes.
iniisip ng tao parang mental health, luxury na lang yan ng mga mayayaman. But I mean, that was a mindset before. But
Yeah.
right now, that's everybody's reality. Hindi ba? So how are
Yes.
you helping people out with that situation?
Well, again, being blessed of knowing Kimi Lou for all these years, and me begging her to be her intern and wanting to do what she does. Finally, last year, she um, and she introduced a program that led me to what I'm now a facilitator with her with the Wellbeing Boost program. Last year, I joined the Sacred Space Holder program, which allowed me to really learn and enhance my skills in life coaching, personality development, and my personal favorite, of course, is image. I have this program called Your Image is Your Message, and of course, that's aligned to Mafae management on branding. But with what I do for the mindset, it has become such a passion to me, the Wellbeing Boost program, because just seeing now, like, it's 208 plus lives that we have empowered
Wow.
just starting this January 2021 with my fellow facilitators, Yona, Christine, Ia, Michelle, Ciara, and of course with Kimmy being our mentor. It's just so mind blowing how people will really just need that reminder. And the Wellbeing Boost program, it's for everyone. It's so welcoming, affordable. Like you said, I guess the mindset before for mayayaman lang, hindi. I mean, when it comes to your well-being and to have longevity, especially right now, kailangan mauna ka eh. You have to
Mhm.
really lead yourself. You have to invest in yourself. And all walks of life,
Right.
from the youth. Actually, that's my passion. I give back to the youth. So I have my students that I've been mentoring for quite some time. I also did a give back with them, Wellbeing Boost, and just the feedback, the reminder. I mean, we talk about intention, we talk about gratitude, compassion, and courage. I mean, four topics that we just need a reminder with meditation involved. And it's so simple. It's just 1 hour once a week for 1 month. With us, as we guide you through, simple reminders in your life with those four topics. And then after that, it's really up to you whether you want to do one-on-one sessions, which is my personal fave, because there we will really dive deep into what the core of those roadblocks are. And I really want to thank all the participants who have joined us already and that continue to empower themselves through the Wellbeing Boost program and other programs. I mean, right now also, guys, there's a lot of coaches. So if not
Right.
with us, let me know if you want to be specific. Business coach, image coach, and dame. And I'm just
Um,
so proud to be part of that circle. Because
mhm.
we just need to be leaders right now. Even the leaders themselves, the ones that manage big communities or big groups, are waving the white flag up, raising their hand like, how do I do this? And it's a
Right.
simple of, again, going back to Jervin, I was telling you, just the mindset, accountability, being grateful for what you have. We really talk about that in the gratitude session. As simple as an object, different levels of being grateful for. I mean, for both of you, I'm sure you're grateful for technology right
Yes.
now. Otherwise, we will
Mhm.
not be able to speak to the world and empower them and inspire them through your platform. Simple
Mhm.
things like that. And sometimes before this pandemic, or actually, yeah, before, like, we took a lot of things for granted,
Right.
you know, and
That's
now
true.
we're really, it's a reminder for us, hey, whatever you have in front of you is there for a reason. How are you going to uh, allow that object or these people to make you better so that you can take care of others too?
Mhm, totoo yun. You know what I like about that is that, from January till now, you've had already, like, you've helped 200 plus people, and of course the community
Yes.
is growing. More coaches are coming in to help people out. I think ang maganda doon is that the awareness of mental health as
Mhm.
very important, as a necessity, is growing then. So kumbaga, if anything,
Mhm.
that's the good thing that came out of this pandemic. Kasi kumbaga parang we all learned to appreciate our mental health. If we need help, seek the help of professionals who can help you with. Tsaka, I also like what you said earlier na kailangan mong rin unahin yung sarili mo. Kasi, I mean, that's true eh. That's true. Para kang pag nasa aeroplano, when the air something, bagsak siya, you have to put yours first before you're able to help other people, diba? So, I actually think that's actually a good point that you raised. You have to help yourself for you to be able to help people, no?
Yes. And another thing is silence does not help anyone. Doesn't help you, doesn't help me. You need to let your feelings out. The more you hold it in, the more that you cause that stress factor inside you. And you just don't know what's happening in there if you don't fix it. Right? Let out that scream. When I first started hosting, alam mo, di ba? Even with shows, we're humans, we get nervous. Paolo Binyodes, I will never forget this. Siya yung unang-una kong partner in Bacolod, in the pageant. And I was not really comfortable yet with hosting. Sabi niya, Mafae, just scream. Scream, nobody can hear you anyways kasi maingay sila sa labas. Before you go on stage, scream with me. And when I do that, like I always went from back then, 2002, till now, I still use that exercise. Because when you let out that scream, you let out this like nerves and the excitement or whatever it is that's going on. It's making you block what you're about to do. Right. So going out there, just scream, scream to the top of your lungs, and let out that whatever that's been holding, like there's the stress or the feeling low, or even just if you're excited, just let it out, and then trust me, you feel balance.
Before fight, yun nga, I used to look for an empty room, tapos ko lang sinisikap yung matakot ko para sobrang kabado kasing fight, and even though I had 20 plus fights, nagpunta ako sa wait, kabado dahil pag ikaw ng parang sigaw lahat.
But of course coaches
go, no?
Coaches would also say, like now for me, it's the breathing too. We have this amazing exercise that the facilitators and I do is just creating the space. It's just creating that space for you before what you do. And if you don't mind, Don and German, I know we should have done this in the beginning, but can I just show you how we create the space?
Of course. Yeah,
so
sure.
So
I would like that.
And of course, anyone who's tuned in, join us, okay? Just join us. It's just, a simple exercise. We love to do this always. I tend to catch myself doing this before my shows that end. So basically, you just sit back and relax, and you just take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. And just take another deep breath in. It's up to you if you want to close your eyes. And slowly exhale and place your hands, both hands on your heart, and you just repeat after me. I am creating this space for myself.
I'm creating this space for myself.
And then you open up your hands by your shoulders. I am creating this space for my mentors.
I'm creating this space for my mentors.
And you raise your hands a little bit higher. I'm creating this space for my family and friends.
I'm creating this space for my family and friends.
And raise a little bit higher. I am creating this space for the Well-Being Boost program and also Make Fit Happen program.
I'm creating this space for the Well-Being Boost program and the Make Fit Happen program.
And one more higher. I am creating this space for the universe.
I'm creating this space for the universe.
And you place your hands back to your heart and take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale. And that's it.
Yeah. I like that. No? I like that. No, I think that takes like less than a minute to do. And yet you're creating, in reality, parang you're creating din talaga a space. You feel it inside you, no?
Yes.
You feel yourself expanding from just yourself, people close to you, to your advocacy, to the universe, ultimately. I think that's actually very, very good to do every day, no?
It is. It is. Even like making a morning habit. Sorry?
I think some of the things that you teach them in their sessions in the well-being. program. Wow.
Yes, that's the first thing that we do every session. And if you want to know more about it, of course, reach out to me. Yona's here, also my fellow facilitator, and do follow Wellbeing Boost program. And then you can also join our Facebook group, and it's open. You know, you'll see there our weekly lives. We have a Wellbeing Boost Wednesday powwow. Yona, I know you like that. And we just have an honest conversation, just the facilitators and I. And I'm also wearing blue, of course, to honor Autism Month. I do want to give also honor to the parents who have, of course, extra special children in their lives. We do appreciate you and what you do for, of course, the youth. And there are just so many empowering people that are part of the Wellbeing Boost program. We would love to invite you both, Dawn and Jervin, if ever you guys have time. I know the breathing is just, you know, the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more. If I can make my mom happy, my mom is very tough cookie to make happy. She is now my number one endorser of Wellbeing Boost program because she just absolutely loves it. Again, it's open to all age groups. I have my Lola, who's 85 years old, also part of the Wellbeing Boost. You know, of course, our senior citizens need this also boost of positivity because they love to be out. You know, naman, especially my Lola, she's La Cochera. And Lola, you know that. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm glad that you're enjoying the Wellbeing Boost program. So, and I really do invite everyone to join us. I mean, what you learn from us, you can share with your family and friends because we truly believe in sharing. Sharing is caring. So I hope that you guys also tune in weekly with Don and Jervin. Sorry, medyo I took over content. So,
No, really appreciate that. You know what? I actually like what you're doing with Wellbeing Boost program because you see like the ripple effect there. Like you start with yourself, and then family members become part of it, and then until you're able to build it as a community. Ano yung usual impact that you see in the people you help? People who attend the Wellbeing Boost program. How do they usually manifest positivity in their work, in their life?
Yes, the whole aspect of their life. I mean, we have feedback. Some of them said that I felt as though I knew myself. You know, I had a good paying job, a good family. You know, everything's going well. But then they realized, like when you erase all that, I actually didn't know who I was.
Right.
You know, you have those kind of aha moments. But at the same time, when they finally are able to analyze, reevaluate, and review, and then really find out, oo nga, no, that's what I need to do more. That's who I need to seek mentorship to. That's who I need to share, you know, my knowledge and resources with. Then your clock in, clock out, your daily routine. You know what I mean? Because we get distracted by that sometimes. And then we like, I think I was talking to someone else, wow, mid-April na pala. You know, it's like we just celebrated New Year's. Now it's mid-April, 2021. So time is very precious. And that's probably one thing that we do remind that use your time wisely, right? Use the time wisely with the right people, with yourself. To me, I also learned it takes 2 seconds for you to make a decision. If you tell yourself, I'm going to lay here longer, it's going to simmer there, you're going to lay there longer. You know, if you're going to say, okay, I'm going to get up and work out, it just takes that 2 seconds. And then once you make the decision, you're going to do it. So that's the challenge I want to give everyone, like the 2 second span of you deciding something. Is it for the benefit of your well-being or is it not?
Totoo yun, no? Kasi minsan, you really have to trust in your instincts, your gut, no? If your body is telling you that at this point in time, you really need the professional help, you need people, coaches to help you with whatever it is you are struggling with, be it work, kasi you are in charge of letting go of people, or you're the boss, so you have to make that choice of having to let go of people, or a family member and you're struggling how to make ends meet, and you may need this help. and you
Yeah.
really have to commit to helping yourself out so that you are able to help those people you love. No, so I think that's one of the beautiful messages of well-being boost because you are helping yourself so that you have enough of
Hmm.
yourself to spread out to people that you can help them. No?
Exactly. And anything you want to do in life. I mean, like, pretty sure Kimmy also shared this, that you don't have to be, the people that we support are not like low of the low. These are like professionals. These people have titles because they continue to seek growth in their life. And of course, people who are do not know where to begin, we're also there for you. But I'm just saying, this is open to everyone, all walks of
Uh,
life, I mean, including myself. When you're honest with yourself and you know that you need that extra support and help, you have to seek, again, making that decision, seek help. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. There's the reason why people are put on this earth to keep growing, like to be a growth seeker, is because they want to support others, they want to have that domino effect, right?
Oo. Totoo yun, ano. You know what, Mafe and Jervin, what I like about the journey of Mafe really is that from the time that she started her beauty pageant journey, it just really became like a journey of self-discovery and you discovering na what you're doing is not just for yourself na lang. You're doing it for to give back, you're doing it to help people out. And I
Mhm.
understand, syempre, as a beauty queen, people know you. You have this influence, you have this platform, and you are actually using it to create positive change. No, especially at this point in time, when in reality, di ba, we all need all the inspiration we can get. Kasi getting up in the morning can be hard. Kasi isipin mo pa lang, ito na naman, may araw na naman, ito na naman ang struggles ko today. Diba? So,
Yes.
and the fact that, people like you and the rest of the well-being boost team are really like pushing forward for people to, like to prioritize their mental health and that, you know, that
Mhm.
well-being, it says a lot. It says a lot about how we are all lifting each other up, and we are giving this platform for causes beyond us, di ba? What do you think, Jervin?
What I like about yung mga natassel ni Mafi kanina is very relatable siya, especially as mga Filipinos na mahilig mag-procrastinate, mahilig mga bagay-bagay, mag-isip tapos
Mhm.
not being able to decide quickly, or like for example, gusto ko mag-workout pero yun, yung iba sasabihin na gusto nila mag-workout pero it took them the whole day para mag-decide kung ano magagawin nila, mag-workout ba sila or kakain o mag-chill lang. So parang, yeah, very relatable yung mga sinasabi ni Mafi,
Yeah.
especially yung accountability and all that. Especially
Mhm.
ngayon, it just takes 2 seconds, di ba, to make a decision. So tamang-tama ka doon. Kasi ako, I myself, hindi ko rin maayos yung sarili ko in the morning eh. Like for example, gusto ko mag-workout pero all of a sudden nagpapagod ako. Na gusto ko lang pala magbasa. Pero all of a sudden bigla na naman gusto ko pala mag-workout ulit. So hindi ko siya ma-organize. Pero yun nga,
Yeah.
tama ka naman. I just have to be firm with my decisions. And, just 2
Yes.
seconds mag-decide ka.
And again, to the parents like me, sometimes like German, yeah, I want to work out, but then what happens is I just put the baby carrier, 2 in 1. Yeah, I'll do my squats while I'm spending time with the baby. That's we just have to become creative. I mean, we cannot be so super strict of our scheduling. I mean, especially with children, you can never really schedule. They're always going to be hungry. They're always going to be tired. They're always going to need you. So everything else has to wait.
Mm-mm.
That's just, the fact of life as a parent.
At ang gusto ko yun, you just have to be creative. Yeah,
Agree.
and I think these are some of the things na people will learn,
Mhm.
especially if they enroll into the well-being boost. So everybody who's watching right now, you have 2 seconds to decide on it. So 2 seconds is over. Might as
Yes.
well, make a change in your life. So once again,
Mhm.
Mafi, thank you very much for being with us. Appreciate the wisdom, the journey you shared with us. It was very inspiring. Once again, please invite our viewers kung paano sila makaka-join sa Wellbeing Boost program.
Yes, guys, if you haven't yet, put the notification on for Jervin and Dawn's show because it's so amazing and inspiring. It's very aligned to what I'm also passionate about. Is my campaign with my family is Save Lives Online, and that's the reason why I am also producing shows with inspiring content and. Again, with the Wellbeing Boost program, if you're not part of the Facebook group, the Warrior group, I know Yona, my amazing BFF, has put the links on the comment box here. So please go ahead. We are doing a power live session every Wednesday, which is called the Wellbeing Boost Powwows, and that's where we just have honest conversations with different topics that is related to the Wellbeing Boost program, and we are open to asking or to answering your questions and inquiries on how you can join, why you need to join, and how will it benefit your well-being. You can find us on social media here on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course you can also reach out to me anytime. It's my passion to always give an extra boost. And one thing that an exercise, Jervin, maybe you can do this with your children. It's something that I just started doing recently. I would ask them this question. Okay, like for both of you, are you happy? And then if you answer me, right? You're happy? Well, my kids always say yes, right? So I would say, okay, so if you're happy and clap your hands, wala lang, patawa lang, and then they start laughing, and that's what I always seek on my daily goals is to see a smile on someone else that I care about smile. So
Right.
for you both smiling back at me, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me today. And for everyone tuned in, family and friends and new friends, thank you for allowing me to hold this space and to share my life journey with you.
Of course, of course. You're always welcome in the program. And of course, ito pala, Mafi, I forgot. Meron tayong Miss World question dito. We asked
Ano ba
this.
yan?
We asked this kay Yona. We asked this kay Kimi. What is a modern Pinay for you? And what does celebrating International Women's Month mean to you?
Of course, I have to share also Happy Women's Month, Happy Women's History Month to all my fellow inspiring females, women that I collaborate, I inspire, empower others with. To answer your question, a modern Pinay to me is someone that knows her true values, someone that loves herself, her mind, body, and soul unconditionally, and is willing to always strive to be a best version of themselves. And as a Filipina, being able to represent the Philippines for my fellow Filipinos, I was on a world stage where I did experience the pressure, and I could not regret a moment because I know that being on that stage allowed me to have a voice, allowed me to have connections that I can help empower and inspire the Philippines. So with that, me as a modern Pinay, you just have to be yourself. What you see is what you get. Actions speak louder than words. So, strive to be that best version of yourself always, because you just never know who is watching. You just never know who wants to pursue the same, life journey as you. And be honest. Be honest that there are challenges in your life, and tell them how you were able to overcome and how you continue to go on that path to, seek support and just live simple. Because that's what it is.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
Very well said. Alam mo, we featured 4 amazing women this International Women's Month. And I would say, isa quadruple tayo. Happened in a past before. Quadruple title. I think we have 4 crowns for 4 amazing women. And of course, we have unlimited crowns for all the other modern Pinay and women in the world, no? Kasi they are really creating space. They're really changing the world, making positive impact. And we're very lucky to have had them in the program, diba? So, Mafi, thank you very much, and to the rest of our female heroes, thank you very much for sharing with us your insight. We learned a lot, and we're very happy that we here in the Philippines, we are becoming more and more really gender sensitive, and I think it's a leap forward for everybody and for the entire world. Now, so thank you very much, Mafe. We had a great time talking to you
Thank
this
you,
afternoon.
guys.
Nag-enjoy din yung ating mga audience. So yeah,
Yes.
so to yeah, that being said, we hope we had more time. Okay. Kasi masarap na usap. If we had the time na to get everybody together, ang saya siguro ng usapan natin na ganito. But of course, we are very happy to be spending this Friday afternoon with Mafe, with Jervin, and of course to the rest of our viewers. Thank you very much for tuning with us this afternoon. We'd like to invite you to please watch us again next Friday. And of course, please visit Citrus Zone stores and Goody Goody Orange Paradise stores nationwide. And of course, Jervin, we'd like to invite everybody as well to visit Decathlon stores, hindi ba? So you can check out the website of Decathlon for their merchandise. So that can be delivered to you in a day, I think. So of course, this has been Make Fit Happen. We hope that our discussion today made a change and impact in your life in the same way that your presence made an impact in ours. No? So we wish everybody to enjoy the rest of the weekend and of course to stay safe at the comforts of your home. We are happy to be of service to you. I am Don Sunita, your host, and of course my co-host Jervin Tuazon, sharing our positive thoughts, sharing our positive prayers for everybody in the same way that Mafe has been sharing her positivity with us. So work hard and be kind, everyone. We hope to see you again next Friday. So thank you and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye, guys.
グレープフルーツをヘッド部分に差し込みます。片方の手でグレープフルーツを持ち、